Hello everyone and welcome. You guys know that I'm always looking for the best technology gadgets at the best prices. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you probably know that I previously tested an endoscopic camera a few months ago that was big and bulky. This time, I bring you a new endoscopic camera that is compact, lightweight, and can rotate 360 degrees while inside of a pipe or whatever confined area it is that you're inspecting. With the old camera that I tested, you were limited to only viewing whatever weird angle the camera wound up in once you inserted it into a pipe or small area. That camera did have a side camera that gave you at least one additional angle of view. This camera that I have here today gives you full articulation control over the camera, so you can see in any direction that you want easily and clearly. No need for a side camera because this camera can move to look in whatever direction you want. This camera also boasts having fantastic clear color imaging for photo or video. So let's test this puppy out and see how it performs. But before we do that, if you enjoy watching honest tool and product reviews plus helpful DIY projects, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you get notified every time I produce another product review video or DIY video. Alright, here's a look at the box. Comes in a very nondescript box. There's a look at the label so you can see what we're looking at. Let's open this guy up and see what I got this time. Alright guys, so when you open up this puppy, this is everything you get. Now this is the Oiiwak 360 degree 4-way articulating Borescope camera, available on Amazon, link in description below. At the time of making this video, this kit retails for $499.99. But they also have a $150 discount coupon on their Amazon page, making it even cheaper than that. So what do you get when you open up this kit? Well, you get the camera itself, which is the Borescope camera attached to a joystick controller handle unit right here. You get a holder for your phone, and we're going to look at all this more closely in a moment. So you get a holder for your phone, and then basically this goes on top of the unit here. You're going to view all the information through your phone, so then you need adapters to hook this up to your phone. And it comes with adapters for just about every kind of phone out there. You have a USB-C connector, you have a lightning connector, and a micro USB-C connector. So any kind of phone out there, Android or iOS, you can use it with this camera right here. You also get a USB-C charging cable to power this guy up. You get the owner's manual that tells you everything about the unit, how to use it, take care of it, all that kind of stuff. And you get a nice convenient storage case to keep everything in nice and safe when you're not using it. Now, in case you're wondering, the dimensions on this handle are 7 inches by 2 inches. Very compact, easy to control and hold in your hand, very convenient indeed. The cable of the camera is 3.3 feet or 1 meter, and the thickness of the camera is 0.23 inches or 6 millimeter in thickness. So this camera will fit very nicely into just about any kind of opening, even the smallest opening that you need it to get it into. This unit only weighs a few ounces. Obviously, it's going to weigh more when you put your phone on it, depending on the size and weight of your phone. The camera is IP67 waterproof, so you can put it into a wet area, no problem at all. The operating temperature on this camera is from minus 20 degrees centigrade to 70 degrees centigrade, or negative 4 degrees Fahrenheit to 158 degrees Fahrenheit. This unit does have a high temperature protection where it will turn itself off. If it gets up to 70 degrees Celsius or higher, or 160 degrees Fahrenheit or higher, it'll turn itself off, so you know if it shuts off on you, it's area that's too hot and you got to get it out of there, or you will have damage to the unit. This unit is powered up by a 2600 milliamp rechargeable battery, and this unit gives you 360 degree all-around observation and 210 degrees bending, so it can articulate and bend in 4 different directions. And I'm going to show you all that in just a moment. This unit also has 8 LEDs at the tip of the camera up here, which I'll show you in a moment. And the LEDs can be adjusted in 3 different modes: high, medium, and low. If you want to consider off another mode, then I guess you could say that's 4 modes. So 3 modes of lighting and an off mode. That way you can see very conveniently into any area, no matter what the brightness or how dark it is. Like I said previously, this camera will work with both Apple and Android phones or tablets. It comes ready to hold a phone, but that doesn't mean you can't use it with a tablet. It just means that the tablet cannot be mounted to the handle. But if you want to hold the tablet separately for a bigger screen, you're welcome to do that. It works out just fine. So this unit is great for inspecting small areas for automotive work such as cylinder heads, crankcase, differentials, and more. It also works great for DIY home improvements such as running wiring in walls or finding hidden plumbing. This unit also works great for engineering, plumbing, HVAC, or any situation where you need to get in and inspect small, hard-to-reach areas. So let's take a little closer look at this guy, and then we'll see how it performs. Alright guys, so let's take a little closer look at the camera itself. And the two main parts of the camera are here where you have the joystick and the camera itself and the phone holder that you have over here. Now this guy is very good quality. This guy's made out of metal. Here I have a magnet right here. You can see that's metal. That's a metal body, metal assembly, metal everything, which is very good quality. So this guy is very sturdy. It'll hold phones up to 4 inches. I already measured that. And aside from the metal body, has nice padding back here for your phone, has nice padding on the bottom here, so you don't have a lot of shaking and wobbling and stuff like that when you're holding it. It'll be nice and secure. And it has a lot of good ridging here where you have the 1 screw to adjust it and 2 for rigidity. So it'll hold everything nice and stiff. So this is a very good quality assembly, and then you just turn it right there and you open it or close it depending on the size that you need. So very good quality as far as this guy goes. Now, as far as the camera itself goes, the main part is, like I said, the joystick handle right here. And basically this guy's turned off right now. So what you do is you have the joystick here, and this guy will allow you to articulate in any direction that you want. And here's where you have the connection right there where you hook up your phone to that part there. And on this part over here is where you power it up. So this is where you charge up the internal battery on here. And this is where you hook up your phone when you have it hooked up here. This is where you put the mount. This guy right here hooks up right on the top part here. So you can see when you're holding this, you can see exactly what you're looking at on your phone right there. So that's very nice. Now the camera itself, you have this long 3-foot cable, and it's a semi-rigid. It is not extremely hard and it is not extremely soft. Makes it easy for you to get into any area that you want. And the camera up here, this is the part that articulates. And like I said, it's off right now, but it does have LEDs on it, which I'll show you in a moment. But one of the things that I find very interesting about this guy is that this guy, the camera and the joystick are not connected through electronics for the movement. Obviously, it is connected for the image and the LEDs, but it has a physical connection. There's a cable running through here that controls the articulation, so it'll work even if it's turned off. And I think that's very cool. That's very old school right there, which is very good because a physical cable will give you more durability than an electronic connection. As far as that's why you have, it's good under all sorts of oily and wet conditions. This gives you a lot more durability in that case right there. So what I'll do is I'll show you, look at the camera right here at the tip, and you'll see when I move the joystick, even though it is off, it will still move and articulate in all sorts of different directions. So that's very convenient right there. And you can articulate it to move all the way back. That's why I tell you that you don't need a 4-way camera, or you don't need a sideways camera, I should say, because this guy will point in any direction that you want it to go. And there you see right there, it points all the way back onto itself, which is very, very cool right there. And like I said, now to prove that there is no electronics, first of all, it's off. When it's on, this little light right here turns on. But if you look at the joystick here, if I move the camera, you can see the joystick moving back there. See the joystick move? That proves to you right there, there is a physical connector between here and there, which I think is very good. It also has this spring connector right here to protect the cable. And like I said, it has a nice semi-rigid metallic covered in a plastic material, which will protect it very nicely in all sorts of oily or wet conditions, because this can handle wet conditions and oil up to a certain amount. That's why you can put it inside of an engine and so forth and not worry about it. Now let me turn this guy on, and to turn it on, all you do is press and hold the button, and there you go, it goes on right there, and there you see the LEDs. Now to cycle through the LEDs, all you do is press the button and it goes through your high, medium, low, and off. So I'll show you right there. That is your high, medium, low, and off. And to take pictures, video, etc., use this button right here. So that's very cool. So this camera is really so tiny that I wanted to show you how right here on the bench, I'll show you I have a vent unit. And if you wanted to do some testing with an HVAC unit, let's say this is a vent in your wall of your house somewhere, and you can't remove it. You need to look inside. There's a clog, there's a problem. You don't know what's going on, and you want to see inside, but somehow this is stuck and you can't remove it. Well, you don't need to. The camera will fit in there very conveniently, and you can look inside to see what's going on. You can poke it around in there and then adjust it, and you can have up to 3 feet that you can go inside there, and you see it goes through it very easily, and then you can articulate it to point in any direction that you want with the joystick. So that's very cool right there. You see right there? Goes right through it. I'm actually hitting the edge of that right there. So putting it this way, there you see how easily that goes in. Has to go in at an angle. There you go. This one is a different angle over here. So that goes in very, very nicely, and then you articulate it to go any direction that you want. So that's very cool right there. So let's look at something else and see how it works. Alright guys, so if you've been watching my channel for any time at all, then you know that I recently repaired this lawnmower and got it running again. So we're going to use this guy as a test subject right now, and I'm going to take out the spark plug and we're going to look inside the piston and the cylinder of this unit right here and see exactly what kind of condition is going on in there. You can't see it, but the spark plug is right there at the bottom, and I'm going to take that off in a minute, and we're going to see inside the motor, see what kind of condition it's in. And I'll bet that's probably why you're wondering as well, why did I get this camera? Well, I got this camera because I plan on doing a series of videos in the future where I'm basically going to examine some of my vehicles to see what kind of condition they're in. Because my truck over there, it's almost 30 years old, and it has not too many, but quite a few miles on it. But it actually has a condition from the factory. That vehicle, that particular model, had a condition where it could possibly start leaking oil into the motor from the plenum, because it has a 2-piece plenum that if you don't take care of it, it could leak oil into the motor. The Mustang is too new. It has no trouble whatsoever. But my RAV has almost a couple 100,000 miles on it, so I want to see what condition the inside of the motor is on that one. And my Tucson has GDI, or direct injection, and those are notorious for building up carbon on the valves. So I want to see what kind of condition those valves are in, and if my maintenance has worked out for all my vehicles. So that's why I have some projects in the future where we're going to be looking at the inside of motors on my different vehicles and see if my maintenance has paid off and how they're working so far. So let me take the spark plug off this guy, and then we're going to look inside the cylinder and see what kind of condition this guy is in. Alright guys, here we go. This is video taken with the endoscopic camera, and we're looking at it, we're going straight on in. This is 100% shot with this brand new camera. You can see I'm putting it into the cylinder right there, and look at that. That is a beautiful image. It shows you very clearly the condition of the piston, the cylinder, everything inside here. Look how clear that is. This machine is in very good condition. I'm glad I decided to repair this, because you can see, look at the cross hatching on there. There's really no damage to the cylinder walls or anything like that. And there's barely any carbon buildup at all on the head of the piston right there. Everything looks very nice. And you can see how it's so easy to articulate this camera to look in any direction that I want to see. Now, I apologize if it may be a little bit glitchy and a little bit jumpy and so forth, but the joystick does take a little bit getting used to. And look right there. I can see the numbers clearly on the piston itself. Look how clear you can read that. That is a beautiful image that this camera puts up. You can see the cross hatching on there. You can see that there's no damage on the cylinder. It gives you a beautiful, beautiful picture. And right now I'm having a little bit of difficulty because I'm trying to turn it so I can look upwards as to where the camera came in from. So I'm turning it all the way back on itself. See that cable right there? That is the camera. I am twitching it and turning it all the way back on itself, so it's facing back 360 degrees basically. And you can see the valves right there at the top of the cylinder. And that shows you right there the clarity. Look at that. I have it in low light mode right now. This is the lowest of the LED light that it puts out. And you can see the valves super sharp, super clear. You can see everything that's going on here. It's just very, very clear. You can see the two valves, the intake, the exhaust, all right there. One cleaner, one a little dirtier. No big deal. This engine has no buildup. But you wouldn't know that without a type of camera like this. This is why I got it, because I want to be able to do inspections inside hard to reach areas like intakes and manifolds and stuff like that, that you can't see what's in there unless you have a very nice piece of equipment like this. And that's why I'm going to make some videos in the future so you guys can see the magic of what's inside of an engine. And this is really a fantastic camera. Like I said, the joystick does take a little bit getting used to. When you're viewing the video yourself, you really don't care because your eyes can adjust. But I'm trying to be extra gentle and careful here because you guys are watching a video. I don't want anybody to get nauseous while you're watching this. But it is very, very gentle to move it around. Look at the numbers on there. How often, what kind of camera would you see that you can read the numbers on the cylinder head right there, on the piston? This is very high quality camera right here. So look at that right there. No carbon buildup, no anything. You can see everything that's going on. And here I am pulling it out so you can see right there. You can see every step of the way. It's not like anything gets blurry or ugly or difficult to see. Very, very clear. This is an excellent camera. I am very, very happy with this product. Look at that. Look at that right there. This is not meant to be able to capture wide images like this, and it does. That is a beautiful picture of the lawnmower right there. So there you have it. Alright guys, there you have it, a review and demonstration of a fantastic endoscopic camera from Oiiwak. I think this is a really great camera at an affordable price. Now you can get other endoscopic cameras cheaper than this one, but they won't have the clarity and the sharpness that this camera produces for both pictures and video. You will also not have the articulation that this one has. With this camera, you can turn the camera to face back on itself and give you a 360-degree view of the area that you're looking at. The joystick is very sensitive and easy to use. Like I said in the review, it takes a little getting used to the controls because they're very responsive. But if you want to do engine diagnostic, plumbing, or HVAC and see every inch of the area that you're looking at, then this is a perfect camera for all those projects. Now, I could have gone on much longer and show you a lot more great footage that this camera produces, but I didn't want to make the video too long. But don't worry, like I said, I'll be using this camera more in upcoming videos, so stay tuned for those. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.